I will not allow one country, and I will certainly not allow Viktor Orbán to take decisions upon the entire European future.
Everyone agrees that Ukraine is ready. Open the clusters, starting with the cluster number 1, fundamentals. It's important to keep promises.
In Hungary, we had a referendum. People decided. They said, we would not like to live together with the Ukrainians in the same integration format. Neither NATO, neither European Union. Full point.
Why is that?
Because if you are together with the Ukrainians in one integration form, the Ukrainians will bring the war in.
Lately, we have seen how Russia has increased airspace violations and hybrid attacks in Europe, with fighter jets and with drones. Migrants being pushed across our borders, interference in democratic elections, and cyberattacks targeting critical infrastructure. Russia is testing us, and more than ever we need to stand strong together. That is what the meeting today has been about. And now more than ever we have to join forces to build a stronger and of course also a more secure Europe. First of all, and once again, we have to strengthen our support to Ukraine with weapons, more sanctions against Russia. And I would like all the Europeans to look at it this way, that every euro or dollar or Danish crown we send to Ukraine is a direct investment in European security. Secondly, we have to build a much stronger European defence and, of course, also respond to hybrid threats that we face. One part of this response will be to strengthen our defence against drones, to increase our own drone production, and it has to be in very close cooperation with you in Ukraine. The EPC brings countries together from all over Europe, of course with very different views on many different matters, but all these differences are not so important anymore because of the great challenge that we share, the threat from Russia against Europe. And that is why our common task is as simple as it is now serious. We have to be able to defend ourselves, and we have to defend the values that we believe in. And, of course, and this is to conclude, to make Europe so strong that war against us is no longer an option. And it starts, and unfortunately for now, it also ends with what's happening in Ukraine. So supporting you is the most important task. Enlargement of the European Union is a part of our strategy, and it's a question for the entire European Union and actually the entire European continent. And we have to build as strong Europe as possible, which in my world means enlarge the European Union. There is European unity because we are 26 countries agreeing that Ukraine, Moldova and other countries should join us. By the way, they're doing quite an amazing job, even though they are at war. So no, I think we have to stick to strategy. And I will not allow one country, and I will certainly not allow Viktor Orbán to take decisions upon the entire European future. So I don't know what a middle ground is, but if middle ground means that we won't do what is the best thing to do for Europe, then I don't think middle ground is a good idea. So we have to continue to try to find a solution and a way with Hungary, but no, I think we should stick to strategy. When it comes to the frozen assets and the question about reparation loans, we had a tough discussion yesterday. It was also very fruitful. There are some technical questions that has to be raised and has to be answered, but I'm quite sure that we will be able to find a way. And asking me, it's only fair that Russia pays for the damages they have done to Ukraine and to Europe.
I agree with Mette, and just to add, now we have this unity from all our real partners, mostly all the countries in Europe, not only in the EU, yes, in a wider sense. So, and we are very thankful, and you saw today, not only EU, and also we saw our partners from Europe and UK very supportive also, and I'm thankful again to Keir. But But especially after these attacks of Russian drones, I think the unity is more strong, and I think that reaction has also to be strong, to my mind. But in any way, so we will work on this issue, as I said already, together. We will build this new format. I'm sure we have to do it, and for all the countries. And it's very important not only for the leaders, first of all, it's important for societies, for people just to understand what security they have and on what they can count. And about blocking our way to EU, nobody can block, because it's a will of our nation and it's decision of Ukrainian people. And of course, the decision of Europe to see Ukraine the member in the future, the member of EU. But of course, it depends again on unity. Yes, on united decision. Yes, we have problems with Hungary. We can speak about it, because Viktor Orbán has elections. And I think it's not smart, because he has elections. That's why he's blocking big 40 million nation on their way to EU. Big and strong nation. Because, by the way, Russia began this war because our will and our choice to go directly to Europe, because we feel the same and share the same values with all other European countries.
Mr. President, Russia has stepped up strikes on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. You promised a mirror response. The Washington Post reported that US intelligence will provide Ukraine with coordinates of Russian energy facilities. Is it true? And do we have sufficient long-range capabilities to respond? And the questions for the Prime Minister: is Europe ready to help scale up Ukraine's production of long-range drones and missiles, as well as interceptor drones, which are urgently needed to defend against Russia's energy terrorism? Thank you.
I can answer very shortly
Please.
to my question. Yes.
Can I answer the same way? Thank you for your question. So, first of all, we never attacked some civilian infrastructure in Russia. We always answered after their attacks on our energy. We began to answer. First, it was a little bit more than 1 year ago. We didn't have capabilities to answer. And when you remember when they did blackouts in Ukraine and a lot of such awful things attacked us. Now we can answer, and they feel our strong answers. We need a little bit more financing to be comparable, because when we spoke about it today, when they use each day 500 drones, for example, or 600 drones, we use 100, 150. Just capabilities, we have enough capabilities. Just now the question of financing. I spoke with partners, and by increasing financing, we will increase and be comparable with long-distance drones. And Russia will have more questions from, I think, their society to their leaders. This is important. Then so before this moment, we used on long-distance targets, we used only our weapon, as you know. And after my meeting with President of the United States, yes, we will maybe have something more. I don't know. We'll see.